Hello, fellows. This is Hard Rocker 69er, the hardest rocker of them all. And I'm here to talk to you today about a problem we're all having on YouTube. The problem is in the form of wappany, fat, worthless troll hunters. But, you know, what is a troll and what is a troll hunter? They feel these are terms best defined by themselves. Anyway, there's this fellow, an Unknown Autobot. He obviously fancies himself an Autobot and a superhero, and he likes swordplay, reading action figures, Nerf blasters, being a defender of the innocent and a protector of the weak, and an all-around good guy. So he sees himself as an internet nice guy. Or rather, he sees himself as a nice guy, and the rest of us see him as an internet nice guy. Unfortunately, he kind of sucks. As a hard rocker, I've spent a lot of time around men who dress like women, but even so, even as I was hanging with Freddie Mercury and he mentioned his proclivity for gobbling the balls, I have to say that Autobot whatever happens to be the gayest fellow I've ever come across. His costume is enthralling. It's simply mind-boggling that someone could wear such a strange assortment of clothing, and I really can only think of one thing when I see it, and that's the TV Tropes forum page. As you're no doubt aware, there are many stupid people on YouTube. Surely you've seen them. But you see, some internet lolcows have gotten the bright idea that by pretending to be hunters of trolls, they can actually distract others from how absolutely ridiculous they are. And I think in this case, with the Unknown Autobot, we have found yet another one. The hilarious thing about the Unknown Autobot is that he loves to make videos about people he thinks suck. And of course, he's made a video about Chris Chan, which is hilarious, because when you compare the two, I really can see no difference between them. But don't take my word for it, good fellows and ladies. You see, if you head on over to his profile page, you can observe this video called Good Idea, Bad Idea, Trollbusters versus some stupid thing. Anyway, it's practically a side-by-side of this fine fellow and Chris Chan. He compares what he is doing to a good idea, that is to say playing air guitar, which as we all know is the sport of champions. And then he compares what Chris Chan is doing, which is playing the air guitar to look, I don't know, cool or angry or something. Whatever, it's Chris Chan. He's a moron, but we all know this. What we don't know is how stupid the Unknown Autobot is. But I hope to enlighten you. You see, the Unknown Autobot places himself side by side with Chris Chan in this video, practically, and by looking at both of them you can see they bear some striking similarities. First of all, their body type. He's not endowed with Chris Chan's amazing bosoms, but he is absolutely as ridiculous looking. He looks like somebody who dressed like Axel from the Guilty Gear series, then gained 100 pounds. He's a ridiculous fellow. And what's more ridiculous is his sunglasses. Look, I know there are a lot of styles of sunglasses in the world. You know, you can look like Morpheus from The Matrix, or you can look like Mulder from The X-Files. But I'll tell you what doesn't look cool, and that's cheap, plastic, round frames in the style of Roy Orbison. And I'm afraid there's nothing that can make that look cool. Oh, and yes, in the video, he makes a little joke. You see, when he plays the guitar, he's playing a fire axe. It's hilarious. I know, it's hilarious. When you've seen thousands of rock videos, what you really start to appreciate is rock and roll puns. And I have to say, the idea of playing an axe, it just cracks me up. But do not leave off so quickly, lords and ladies. We've only just started down this pile of failure. Because you see, he's not just an Autobot. That would be bad enough. But we all know trans fans. There's nothing you can do about them. They're just a little bit weird. But you know who's really weird? An Autobot, brony, trans fan. Let's see, what else is he? He's a furry, of course. They're always furries. Oh yes, where I was going with this all along, dear gentlemen and ladies. Let us not forget that he's a pirate, and he'll always remember to remind you of this. Not quite sure why he thinks it's so important to him, but it sure is. Maybe he thinks he dresses like a pirate. In any case, the Autobot Corsair's swift kick in Chris Chan's backside. Wow, what a great start to a video, but let's get right into it. The video starts with him making some... I can't do this anymore, ladies and gentlemen. The video's awful like all of the videos are. Let me read a comment that aptly sums up the whole situation. Here we go. Written by Eroy, with an O. Guy worse than Chris Chan, making fun of Chris Chan. But the hilarious thing about this isn't just that he's bad. It's not just that he likes stupid things, and that he makes fun of people for things that they do, which, in a way, are equal to the things that he does that are ridiculous. And it's not just that he looks ridiculous with his overweight self in a red trench coat and a cowboy hat with an Autobot logo made out of, paper mache and cardboard. It's not just that. What I really want to say is that he has organized a mass hive mind. Or perhaps I should say, not a hive mind, but a few other nerds. And they've started what's called Troll Busters. If you want to know what I think about trolls and trolling, watch the Straight Dopes video. The Straight Dope on trolling. It really covers every base that you could possibly want to cover on the subject. And it really gets to the heart of why people mistake trolling for simple disagreements. And maybe if we came at every discussion with the attitude of, this fellow's not a troll until he deliberately does something just to anger me, and maybe he just has a disagreement. Maybe. Just consider the possibility. Sadly, this is not the case, and what we have is this fellow, the rest of the troll bunters, I can't even speak right now, the rest of the troll hunters and other cool peeps. That's slang I haven't heard in 10 years. Here we go. The Hunter of Trolls, and the Slayer of Trolls, and Super Trollbane. I've heard that at least one of these guys is actually trolling the Unknown Autobot. In which case, good show, fellow, good show. Trolls News, a channel that reports trolls' activities on YouTube, as well as giving advices to troll and anti-troll forces to make discussions going. Important! If you want to report a troll, message me. If you want to just say something and leave it like that, write it in the channel comments. If you want to say something and me react to it, post it on Troll News Facebook page. And if you want to discuss complex issues, see, I was going to insert an A there, but I didn't need one, apparently, make a video response. If you want to make make parody of my video, or mashup or YouTube poop, feel free to use my footage. Just please don't re-upload my videos as they are. You see, about me, Troll News, I'm Czech, but I live in United Kingdom. That's why it might be confusing when I keep switching my country from Czech Republic to United Kingdom. Well, I can honestly say I never cared and never worried about that. But lest this video simply become me reading off of his profile page, let me give a short analysis. The key principal argument about trolls is they just want to get a reaction from you. A true troll only makes a video or a response or any kind of activity because he wants attention. He wants you to react to him. That's how he wins. When you have a channel and a whole series of people, your, let's say, troll hunting X-Men, your fat, obese, brony, troll hunting X-Men, well, you're really just giving them exactly what they want, aren't you? So many times people like to talk about fighting back against the trolls. But you're not fighting back against the trolls, you're fighting in their favor. A true troll doesn't want discussion with you, he wants a reaction from you. If you're debating with someone, and they're trying to get a discussion going, and they're trying to convince you of their point of view, I hate to break it to you, but it's not trolling anymore. But let's go back to his earliest videos. What are his earliest videos about? Ah yes, time now to join the fray. And then followed by the Autobot Manifesto. This is where he really gets in depth and talks about how you can't ignore trolls because after all, ignoring a troll so that it goes away and you never have to worry about it again, well, can't do that. Gotta make a bunch of videos, get some views, get some subs. Speaking of subs, he's probably had quite a few from Subway. But that's a terrible joke, so let me move right on. Here's something I'd like to call the subscriber subscription conundrum. My feeling is, and this is purely a personal opinion, but if you have more subscriptions than you have subscribers, you have officially failed to provide anything that is meaningful or entertaining. You are just a leech watching a bunch of videos on YouTube, and nobody really cares about your content. So let's take a look. Subscriptions. 274. Subscribers, 200. Thanks. You fail. Now, I know that may be somewhat harsh, but think about it. Each person that you're subscribed to has a wealth of videos, and each subscriber that you have, it's just one person watching your video that liked it. If you can't even provide that kind of entertainment ratio, then what are you even doing on YouTube? Go back somewhere else, make something else, and stop favoriting so many things. I will give some credit to this fellow. His profile picture, at first glance, does not appear to be a brony picture. Of course, the reason for this, because he's promoting his brand. He's got to promote the brand of troll hunting. Like in this video, where there's a taped up, very ugly looking picture of his logo. Look, when you get right down to it, strip away all the crap. All the anti-trolling propaganda, all the debates about trolling, all the pointless Christian videos. When you strip it all away, what are you left with? He's a man. He dresses stupid, and he makes vlogs. Good day, ladies and gentlemen.